He's been called the world's biggest movie star, with almost 70 blockbusters to his credit. His box office take is said to be comparable to that of his Hollywood counterparts, Tom Cruise and Will Smith. And you may never have heard of him. But his contributions to the bottom line are so prodigious, he was invited to ring the opening bell at the NASDAQ. My magazine, Newsweek, has named him one of the 50 most powerful people in the world. And he stirs up such passion that his fans burned a U.S. flag after he was detained at Newark Airport last summer. Perhaps the TSA agents had never heard of him either. The film he is here in the United States to promote when he was questioned is called My Name is Khan. And ironically, it's about racial profiling of Muslims after 9/11. Shah Rukh Khan, welcome.
Thank you very much, Fareed.
First, tell us about this incident. So you are, without any question, the biggest movie star in India, a billion fans, some people say, and you get to Newark Airport, and what happens?
Normally I am kind of used to being having extra security checks, perhaps because of the name or the way profiling is done, even my kids. So I'm used to it. It's not something new.
So they thought your fans were sort of being unruly?
No, I guess suddenly they started asking me questions. What are you doing here? And do you have a telephone number? I was going to give yours. Yes, I was going to. I took out my phone, and they were a little angry about me taking out my phone. So I said, I can't give you a number till I find them out. So I sort of gave a few numbers, and then they would go in, check. Then they came and said, what are you doing here? So I said, I'd come here for a film. There were some strange questions, like if you're a film actor, I'd come for a live talk. And they said, if you come for a talk, how can you be a movie star? So I said, yeah, I talk also. It's not that I only act in films. So it just got out of hand, and I guess it was a process, so they went on, and it took a couple of hours.
But you feel like you have had experiences like this before? Well, not quite like this, but...
Not at the immigration, but at security. Initially, when post 9/11, I think, yeah, there were instances when I guess your boarding pass gets SSS written on it.
Right.
So you take it onto the other side and you take off your shoes and stuff. Yeah.
Even your kids?
Oh yeah, yeah. But they get very excited because they get to put their feet on those little marks and stand like that, so they think they're being special.
No, you're you're relaxed about it. Does it not anger you? I mean, that you're...
No, I said it before, Fareed, like, if I'm planning to come to your house, I have to follow the rules. It's as simple as that. I'm very practical like that. So like, okay, so if I have to come to your house and you have a rule that I need to take off my shoes before I walk into your study, then I do that. But I just had an issue that, for a country which has such outstanding processes and systems for everything, and they have a process and system for, profiling people who are perhaps on a marked list, they should also have a system where people who come regularly, they should also be marked positively and said, okay, you can go.
Do you think this affects America's image? I mean, you're somebody who understands the power of images.
Yeah.
Does it affect America's image in a country like India?
Oh, yes, I think so, yeah. I think all over the world. I think specifically if I could just take one, because I'm an entertainer, so I would take, say tourism. Just that way. You come to have fun, you want to go to Orlando, go to the Disney or whatever. When you think about it, like I do now, I take them to Europe now, my kids, if I need to. I'm like, listen, one, it's a little far. There'll be issues traveling domestically more than internationally, really, to be honest, because I think the domestic travel is even more strict. So you do think twice. Yeah, I think it does affect the image, and I'm sure it's in larger spaces also, not just wanting to come to Disney. I'm sure it goes beyond that also.
And this is a big change, right? Because, I mean, 20 years ago, certainly 30 years ago, when I was growing up in India, America was the land of openness, freedom, a sense of adventure.
I think it still is looked upon like that. And, everybody wants to come to America. Everybody loves America. And it has all the nicest things, whether it's technology or businesses, whatever. It's the land of opportunity. And suddenly the opportunity gets a little curtailed because of this. And you do think twice, that, would it affect me negatively? Would it affect the family negatively?
So now talk about this movie, because the movie is really about this problem.
The film is about a man's message, or I wouldn't like to make it as strong as saying a Muslim's message, but an American who's living here for years and who's married here, and post 9/11, how the lives of this couple gets affected. It's like a butterfly effect. It's not that directly related to the incident of 9/11. So the film is not about terrorism, or it's not dealing with 9/11 or the sadness that followed around the world, but it's dealing with how some of the people we don't even know in some other far corner of the world or in America were affected without being